What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I know who it is. It's your boy, TheDryerNewt here. And well, today we're just going to be talking a little bit over this gameplay.
You can go anywhere you want.
Keyboard on Rebirth, just using the best guns, you know, the XM4 and the Owen gun. But basically, I just wanted to talk
I'll land
about
on that scav.
how you should play a mouse and keyboard on Warzone, or more specifically Rebirth, and how to play smarter. So I did my last video. I was talking about expectations of how you should play, and you guys really enjoyed that video, and I just wanted to talk about how you should play when it comes to mouse and keyboard. Now, when it comes to mouse and keyboard, you have to play extremely smart. You have to play extremely conservative, and what I mean by that is that no, do not camp by any means, because you're not going to get better by camping. At first, you need to start pushing, and you need to push literally every gunfight, see how it feels, see what gunfights you could win, what gunfights you have to get out of, but you can't be stuck in that I need to push, rush in order to get kills, in order to win this game and high kill gameplays. Now, if you are just going for clips like I iterated in my last video, you literally need to just push everything. Going for clips is fine, but what do we want to do? We want to get better at Call of Duty Warzone. We want to get better at Rebirth Island specifically, and we want to, you know, make everything easier for us, especially, like I said, playing on mouse and keyboard. Now, the big difference is that once you get shot at, literally, unless you shot first or you put a bunch of bullets in him, you need to dip out. You need to play smarter. And what happens is basically once they start shooting at you, that aim assist is going to lock on to you, especially if you get caught off guard. You need to play around cover, play around buildings, always have an escape route, right? You can't just run in and always try to like ego chow things and try to get the kill, because you're just going to die a lot. The playstyle that I play with mouse and keyboard is a totally different playstyle than what I play at or as when I'm on controller. It's two totally different things. And personally, I like to rush. I like to go in and get kills, but I really can't do that on mouse and keyboard without just getting aim assisted all the time. So what I'm saying is you need to play smarter. You could do it, but you have to play smart. As soon as you get shot at, literally dip out, man. That's like your best bet. You can't just always rush like you can on controller, and even then I believe that playing on mouse and keyboard will make a controller player that like 10 times better, just because you know certain gunfights, know certain situations, and you know when you can ego chow, and you know when you can, you know, push, like I said, certain situations. Another thing comes down to is aim. I see a lot of people saying, why don't a lot of people play at, you know, 1600 DPI, or why don't they play at, you know, a higher DPI? And basically, literally, guys, that literally just comes down to how you mouse reacts in the menu. The reason why I play at 800 is because I don't like having a really fast mouse cursor when I'm in my menu or on my desktop. That's like literally the only reason why. I could play at the same sensitivity on a higher DPI, but when it comes to getting my loadout, getting my equipment, or like buying stuff in the buy stations, that's why I literally don't do it, because I like being precise. I like being, you know, super accurate. And that's another thing I want to talk about is being accurate. There's a difference between flicking, and there's a difference between you know, tracking. So basically what I want to talk about is you set your expectations. If you know you're not like the best like flick person, but you're pretty good at tracking, try to get in those situations where you could track, and try to get in those situations where it'll be easier for you to, you know, hit those shots. If you're really good at flicking, that's good for you. You can get away with a higher sensitivity, but when it comes down to Warzone, you have to be able to track. Now, the time to kill is not something that's super fast or super slow like Apex or other BRs that are more arena shooter BRs, like I guess we can just say Apex. The time to kill in this game is super fast. So having a good like balance between different sensitivities is going to help you out a lot. But being able to make those micro adjustments and being able to help you out with your centering, then that's going to help you out a lot. So basically, That's my methodology when it comes to playing Warzone. I know when to push, I know when not to push, and just getting to that point of, okay, I can push this team. This guy's probably holding this angle on a controller. I'm not going to over peak this. Now, if I was on controller, I am way more confident about winning my gunfights. If I'm on mouse and keyboard, I'm more confident about winning certain gunfights. I'm not going to try and just run out and ego chow like everything that I see. It's just literally about playing smarter and hitting your shots, because you don't have anything that's assisting you when it comes to, you know, playing. You have to play a lot smarter, and it's a lot more difficult to play this game on mouse and keyboard. Do I feel like it's more rewarding? Well, that's up to, you know, your personal debate. That's up to you to decide. Well, is it more rewarding on mouse and keyboard, or is it more rewarding on controller? It's how you pretty much look at it from a aiming perspective. For me personally, I think it's more rewarding on mouse and keyboard, but then again, I don't have hours a day to grind this game and play like a lot of other people do. And let's just be honest, controller's just a serious advantage in this game. So why would I put myself at a disadvantage in Call of Duty specifically? Now, I'm not talking about like Battlefield or games that are like World War III or Apex, where controller really doesn't have the advantage. Mouse and keyboard is more the advantage. That's cool, but you have to set realistic expectations for yourself on mouse and keyboard. You really can't get mad at, oh, this guy had aim assist. Take away his aim assist, bro. Like, that's the argument that I see so many people use.
Clustered from...
Guys, you got to understand what type of game you're playing.
Or where our loadout's at.
Everybody can plug in a controller, and if it's that hard, plug in a controller, be done with it by the end of the day. But the people that are stubborn, that are keyboard warriors, just set your realistic expectations and stop blaming your deaths on aim assist, because again, we all know that it's broken. We all know that it's strong, but you have the ability to do it too. Like, if you have a computer, you have the ability to plug in your controller. You might not be good at it at first, but the learning curve is there. And in about a week or two, you will just be beasting like everybody else. So guys, that is it for me today. Like I said, if you're going to take anything out of this video, realistic expectations of, you know, how you are on mouse and keyboard versus how you are on controller. Guys
in that building,
Call of Duty is a controller game. That's okay. Come to terms with it. That's fine. Maybe they will nerf aim assist now that, you know, everybody's talking about it, but I highly don't see that happening in the future. But let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of all of this. As always, guys, remember to stay blessed and stay humble, and I'll catch you in another video. Peace.